Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video for the 9th episode of the only season of My So-Called Life. You can check out the full reaction for this video on my Patreon channel. Check out the link in the description below. Last time we saw Sharon's dad have a heart attack and Angela's family rushing around to help. Out, Sharon came to stay at Angela's for the time being to take some pressure off her mum. Angela's dad started to get distant to everyone, and we discovered that he was feeling low because Sharon's dad was the same age as him and me, and he was worried that the same thing could happen to him. He was also not happy with his job. Sharon's father was going to be okay, and Angela's mum fired her dad from the company. She could see he was not happy and wanted him to find something he would be happy doing for the sake of their relationship and his happiness and well-being. Sharon and Angela seem to have made up, and hopefully they can now be friends going forward. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1. So I assume we're going to see what her dad's going to be doing or trying to do anyway. I think I said last episode, it's got to be some kind of chef job or something. I can never remember what her mum and dad are called. That's why I always call them Angela's mum and Angela's dad.
When I was little, I worshipped Halloween.
I hate Halloween.
So you're sure you don't want to wear my flapper dress?
Mom, why do you always ask me everything 10 times? I said no.
I've said this in another video of a different show a while back. When I was little, I used to have a fear of people in costumes, not just clowns, just anybody sort of dressed up in any kind of way. And even now, I just really don't like people dressed up and things. I think I associate it with, I know exactly what I associate it with. When I was little, it was a town, in my nearby town, there was like a big open space in the shops, and I always just have people dressed up in costume there, sort of entertaining. And I think I remember kids getting sort of pulled out and into the entertainment and sort of being part of it all, but I just never liked that, and it just since then just never liked people in costume. I was associated with being pulled out in front of people, which is ironic considering I'm doing this now, but this is different because I'm on my own and I can't see anybody else, or can I? So yeah, I hate people in costume, hate Halloween. It's just never been something I've enjoyed. It's not as big a thing in the UK as it is in America, but yeah, never liked it.
Can't be Catwoman. Sherry Hickey's gonna be Catwoman, and she's like developed.
I thought she was going to be Madonna.
Wants to be someone scary.
Hello?
Who's scarier
Be
than
Madonna.
Boy, is that the guy Mom hired to replace you?
No one can replace me. And yes,
So she's hired someone to replace him. So this has got to be at least, well, at the very least days, if not a couple of weeks after the last episode. So what is he now doing?
He'll be a little late. Chiropractor.
Mom, who should I be?
Be a pain in the butt since you are.
hey,
I'd be you, but nobody can find a mask that ugly.
Oh, sisters, eh? She deserved that.
Let this be a lesson to you. Don't always leave things until the last minute.
Mom, so you know what's happening, right? I'm sleeping.
Over at Rayanne's. I know. I said you could. Don't ask me everything 10 times.
Touche.
so you basically feel like he's working out. Boyd.
I mean, he means well, but who are we going to be? At Camille's costume party tonight.
I hate Halloween.
I'm with you. Shouldn't leave things to the last minute. Blimey.
I'm a cat, okay? Deal with it.
God, that would be hell for me.
You can't believe people are walking around dressed like idiots.
I wouldn't talk.
You walk want to read new books. You want to study.
I I've just realised she's obviously Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I thought she was like somebody from the Bible or something. I didn't realise at first. I missed the lightsaber.
We're going to be reading stories about famous ghosts and spirits.
Like vodka. That's a famous spirit.
Does anybody know Jordan Catalano?
Does anybody know Jordan Catalano?
Nobody knows him.
Tell him he better quit ditching class. I want him in here tomorrow, or I'm going to have his butt kicked out of school. There are too many good kids. I mean, I just don't have time for the bad ones.
Oh, that's not good to say in front of everyone. Oh, straight out. Alright, creepy.
Whoa! Scary costume.
Yeah, I got it from Brian Krakow. I thought this Halloween, I'd be everyone else.
But it shows that he did trust him enough to get stuff from him. They obviously are building up a friendship, which is good.
Cute rat suit.
I'm a cat.
Oh, that fits you perfect. We gotta do your hair and your makeup.
So what is she?
Nikki Driscoll?
Lie.
Who's Nikki Driscoll?
He and his friends decided to paint the gym black. He was up in the rafters and some moron girl leaves her spike heel right in the middle of the floor. And so when he fell,
He landed on it. I have a feeling it might be a folklore story.
And my uncle said the night he died, there was a storm and all the electricity went out.
Exact moment. Ooh. That's kind of like a costume without being a costume, so it is a good compromise.
I don't think I'm gonna have to fire him.
Boyd? You're kidding.
It's just not working out. Hi,
Please don't say you want Power Rangers. We're out.
I love your costume.
It's
What
not.
costume?
It's. I knew it! That's a normal look.
Rapunzel. And a pirate.
What's so funny?
You as Rapunzel. Well, I mean, come on.
She's gonna be Rapunzel.
Today's Halloween. Yesterday I could have got you Bill and Hillary.
That's all that's left.
Don't always leave things to the last minute.
Yep, that's what you said to your daughter.
I've been doing this for a lot of years. They're gonna fit like a glove. Trust me.
She's quite scary. She's in the right job for Halloween. He's at school, so why wasn't he in class?
I'm supposed to give you a message. She says you have to start showing up to class, or she's gonna have you kicked out.
So what's the message?
You're gonna get kicked out of school.
It's like it's doing so much for me.
Well, if you turn up to class, maybe it would.
So we are going to meet here tonight, outside the school, at like 9, and we're going to contact the spirit of Nikki Driscoll.
Will her parents let her go out late? It's in very good condition for an old book. So someone did die of that name.
We will meet back here tonight, 9 o'clock. It was very fun.
She's so over the top.
By we, did she mean... who exactly did she mean?
Angela.
I think it's a terrible idea.
Because you don't believe in ghosts?
No, because I do.
I decided to make pumpkin soup.
Oh, I hate pumpkin as well.
Boyd, I've got to tell him he's fired somehow.
Is this like when there's a spider and you expect me to kill it for you?
You're not involved in the business anymore.
So what is he doing?
That needs something.
No pumpkin.
You give it to her when she comes here, sweetheart?
I can't just hand her a dish, okay? I mean, it's just not that simple. I'm doing Angela.
Yeah, we know.
thought it was starting all over again.
Very convincing.
Really scary.
You do have this to look forward to, though. Again.
Listen, you be back over at Courtney's by 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock on Halloween?
It was very good, Danielle. It
Yeah.
sounded just like Angela.
That was me.
You can't expect him to be perfect. You know, I'm not perfect. You didn't fire me.
Yes, she did.
Oh.
Technically, I did.
Yeah, technically. You did.
Not as technically, she actually
Check out
did.
the wig.
Where can you get wigs like that from?
It's so scary to have to fire someone.
I've never been in that position either, having to fire someone. It must be hard. I would struggle, I think, with that. Yeah.
I'll fire him myself, the filthy cur.
Graham, that sounds so cutthroat.
Got a feeling I'm not going to go to the party. Are we staying at home?
What are you, a mouse or something?
Yeah, I'm a mouse.
Kind of obvious she's a cat.
You're Angela! I can't talk about it, okay? Well, I gotta go.
Oh, trick-or-treating, huh?
Quite a compliment in some ways that she has dressed up as Angela. I think she does look up to her, even though they argue. She is still her big sister. Hates spiders as well. We've seen her drinking quite a lot from a hip flask that she seems to always have on her. This is a rhetorical question, but well, I'm hoping that we're going to see an episode further on about that. It would certainly be a natural story for them to have. But yeah, so I don't want to know the answer, but yeah, I kind of hope we do see that tackled.
It's public property. I'm locked out of my house.
Is that just an excuse, he said, to turn up?
What are you doing here?
It's public property.
I left my keys in your pants.
that didn't sound good.
I can't believe I almost missed this. Promise me you won't let boys drain all the fun out of your life.
Now, I have to admit, that is the one good thing about Halloween sweets. But again, in the UK, it didn't really do this. It didn't go around the houses like this. I think I might have when I was very little, just because we knew the neighbours, and they were all kids of our own age. But then things changed, and especially these days, you don't have the sense of community that there used to be back then. So it just doesn't happen anymore. But yes, the sweets are the good part.
I hate her. I do. Why'd you want to be her?
Yeah, exactly. That's a big hip flask as well.
Who's Tino? A dead man.
Yeah, they talk about Tino a lot, but you never actually see him.
I say we break into school and write Nikki Driscoll was here on the gym floor.
There's no way we could break in without setting off the alarm.
Brian knows some clever chess club way, don't you, Bri?
But it does.
Oh my God.
What?
You know way in.
I do not.
I was just goofing on him.
Why are you doing this? You could get into trouble. You could screw up your whole life.
So why are you doing it?
What the hell was that?
Now they can't get out. They can get out. It's just, as she said earlier, can they get out before the police arrive to stop them?
Shut up, let me think.
Well, fire doors will be open.
I know where the computer is with the security system. I'll shut off the system and then we can leave through another exit without triggering the alarm, okay?
Were you looking at me?
Yes.
Did you do it?
Will you please?
Hey, turn it back on.
There must be some aspect of the system I'm not familiar with.
Surprising that a schoolboy doesn't know how the security system doesn't work. It does work. So is that real music she's hearing, or was it just in her mind? Oh, that's what New Moon, just what Ricky and Rayanne were humming earlier.
This is the last time I let him use my 45s for a pop. 90s and my Ricky Nelson.
So that music's from the time period that Nikki Driscoll would have died. So I'm assuming this whole episode is like a ghost story. She's dressed in 60s sort of period costume, basically, for when this Nikki kid died. The music's the same sort of time period, and she's sort of seeing things. Yeah.
Connie, help me out with these decorations here. Nikki give you that? Yeah. Probably stole off somebody's grave.
So is he meant to be like a 1960s version of Jordan, the way he sort of acts and behaves? Not sure. Is that why she kind of is relating to him? Don't know.
We'll be late.
I'll be quick.
Oh, that's what every woman wants to hear. I'll be quick.
One for me, and one for you.
Right, now go away. This is a very weird episode. I'm assuming it's meant to be like the costumes that they wear are influencing them. So he's acting very piratey. I don't know how else to put it. She's acting very princessy and regal. Angela is obviously in the 60s outfit, so she's got the 60s thing going on. Sharon's the cat. Not sure. Rayanne's just been Rayanne. Ricky is dressed as Brian, who's dressed normally. Don't know, but yeah, it's an odd one.
Your sword.
Sorry.
That's not my sword. Got to return that tomorrow. I was going to say Ting Tong. Is it the costumes? And I'm assuming.
Leave the tights on just a few minutes more, please.
I said it's the costumes. I don't know whether it is we're meant to be thinking the costumes are influencing them, or whether it's the fact that the costumes they're wearing, they're role playing with them on. And is it meant to sort of show that now that he's no longer doing the job he was doing, he's a bit more freer and he's a bit more living life? Don't know if it's that as well.
Why is it gonna be so dark? This is all your fault. You were looking at me. Where are you going?
Anywhere you're not.
Brian! Brian, don't go!
She doesn't like the dark.
I'm scared of the dark, okay? Have fun telling all your little friends.
You are?
Was that a double-sided you are? As in, you are my friends, and you are afraid of the dark. That's how I read that then, because he doesn't seem to have a big friend base. So, yeah, I think it was more. It was a you are full stop and a you are question mark. That answer.
Is there a reason? Why?
More than likely. There usually is a reason for most fears.
When I was a kid,
You still are a kid.
and he'd lock me in the basement. And I'd sleep at the foot of the stairs, because if I pressed my face against the floor, I could see the light.
Coming under the door. Is she joking? Yeah, I thought she was.
You bought that!
You are sick.
That was a little bit warped.
Expected this big
explanation.
Well, not as an explanation, it might be just a reason.
Just don't leave me alone here, okay?
She doesn't like the dark.
Come on, Nick, we gotta hang Principal Jerkface. Why?
That's the principal.
I'm doing it for us, man. He can't kick us out of school and think he's gonna get away with it.
He is like Jordan, even down to the not fully engaged in doing the prank sort of thing. She's got the flower.
Where'd you get the flower? She threw it away, huh?
I was wondering if he saw her as one of the girls, but no, he doesn't.
Go and help a friend do something.
No, don't. Please don't.
Oh, I gotta do it now. Can't get out of it.
No, you're gonna get hurt.
At least I'll know I'm alive.
That's what she says. So they locked in the school all night? She folded them all up and everything. Left her some candy.
Angela. I've been trying to wake you for 5 minutes. We got a jam before everyone gets here.
Oh, that's cool. George is my man. He won't tell.
So the school janitors let them out.
No, of course we had costumes. I told you we were all set to go. Bill and Hillary.
I think it was more Bill and Monica.
Spadus is ripped.
I did that.
Yeah.
Don't know your own strength.
I am rubbish at spontaneous things like that because he did rip the bodice, which obviously in the throes of passion would be, I'm sure, very romantic. But the first thing I thought of was, "Oh, you're not going to get a refund, get your deposit back on that, are you?" Yeah, I'm not good at that sort of thing.
Oh, hello, Boyd. Boyd,
Oh, she's going to do it.
the truth is, Boyd, I don't think you're the right person for this job.
Not good to say it over the phone, though. Should do it face to face.
What did Rayanne say happened?
Well, actually, she said that nothing happened, that it was a total waste of time.
Well,
She didn't tell Ricky that she slept on his shoulder, which he's disappointed with.
There was a slight accident.
Bodice get ripped.
Not the first time it's happened.
Happens every time. That's Rapunzel for you.
Do you ever, I mean,
You want to keep the costumes, don't you?
I was thinking about it.
Of course you were.
That would be so awkward to have that conversation.
Halloween is over, and what would we do with them for the rest of the year?
She knows. Is Jordan going to be in the class?
You're not going to class.
what's it to you?
What's the point in being at the
You know
school?
you're gonna get expelled.
Yeah, if you're not going to go to class.
She's looking to throw me out, okay?
So prove her wrong.
Maybe I want to get kicked out.
Maybe you do. It doesn't mean people can't try and stop you.
He's going to go.
We are going to be visiting Mr. Dickens' world of dark factories, gray skies, lost souls. Speaking of which, are you just visiting or are you going to stay with us for a while?
Bit of a weird one. Not my favourite episode out of the ones seen so far. I'd probably go as far to say probably my least favourite out of all the ones seen so far. It was nice to see her mum and dad getting on so well. Maybe not quite as well as we saw, but I'm assuming that's meant to sort of indicate that he is much happier now. In fact, well, they both are happier. If he's happier, that's obviously feeding into their relationship, and she's happier. Now that he's no longer doing that job, although we don't know what he is doing at the moment, I'm assuming nothing. He might be looking for something, but he's not actively found anything yet. I do hope we we're bound to explore that more and see more about that in the future episode. I mean, this is only episode 9, so still plenty to go. So yeah, that was good. I think I've said this before. The pupils not turning up to classes like he's doing, like Jordan's doing. I just don't understand that. It just, in the UK schools, it just doesn't happen like that. You might not turn up to a class, but even a couple of classes you might not turn up to. But then the principal, the headmaster in our case, would be involved. Your parents would be brought in. I mean, these days you even not when this was on, things were different even here back then, but these days you get fined, and I think it's even possibly even a custodial sentence these days. Not a long one, but I think your parents can be sent to, well, certainly fined if there's constant truancy, basically. But you know, for the kids' sake, the school gets involved to try and get them to come to the lessons to learn, because it's in their benefit. So yeah, I don't understand. And the way the teacher called him out in front of the whole class, saying that he was basically a waste of time and stuff, that's awful. I mean, so teaching runs in my family. I've never have been. My dad, my brother, sister-in-law, teachers. I'm quite sure if you saw a kid like that who's obviously, I was going to say obviously struggling. Well, he is struggling, but not turning up. I mean, I'd want to do everything I can to help them. That's why they're teachers, is to help pupils and help students. He would be a prime target for a teacher to help out, like the substitute did try to do. Yeah. So yeah, bit of an odd one. Not my favourite. Let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below, and I shall see you for the next episode. Be seeing you.